Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 4, Episode 7. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the show opens with Monique. Monique is back from New Orleans, like the rest of the girls, and she is preparing for her rainbow baby party. Remember, she's having that. So she's quite busy. Now we see Giselle. She is tending to her sick daughter. She's not feeling well. She calls Robin, and she tells Robin that the baby's not feeling good, so she's not going to the party. And Robin said, well, I already called her and told her I was going to the Spawn's baseball game or basketball or whatever the game was. Let me stop calling them the Spawn. I wouldn't want nobody calling my kids that, but they bad, y'all. Anyway, so Giselle and Robin already established they are not going. And all this at the same time that we see Monique is realizing that people are canceling at the last minute. It's already been 5. Well, Giselle will make 6. She calls her and tells her that she will not be there. But it looks like the rest of the wives are going to be there. We see Candace, you know, her getting ready. Yeah, so it looks like they'll have a handful. So once the party gets started, you know, we see Monique and she's telling Chris that they have to hurry up and get ready. You know, go out there, greet their guests because they have to let the doves go right at 5:30. She just tells us that she's hoping that this rainbow baby party will give others hope to keep trying, you know, even after they've had their miscarriages. Actually was a very... I know it was supposed to be. They kept on saying that it was in celebration of, you know, the new baby coming, but it honestly felt like a very heavy party, and it almost felt like it was more in mourning of the baby that was lost instead of getting on to the celebration of the next baby that actually made it. So the whole scene, I was just like, oh, this is a lot. Was I the only one that was feeling that way? Because we had Ashley there. She was there with Michael. You know, her and Monique, you know, they talk about them coming a long way, or Ashley talks about them coming a long way, from Ashley pretty much accusing her of being a drunk, an alcoholic, and maybe that's why she may have lost her baby, to look at where we are today. You know, Ashley has had a miscarriage of her own. Monique is now having her rainbow baby. You know, it really does put a lot of things into perspective for everybody. Okay, now Chris's mama is there. Remember, she's going to be there. You know, that Monique and Mama Chris have a little bit of a problematic relationship. Monique is still kind of harboring on, she would like to get an I'm sorry from her mother-in-law from the stuff that she said last season on camera. Okay, and I stress on camera because if the mama said that on camera, then she's been saying that stuff off camera for many years. So this ain't nothing new, but you know, I guess maybe because Monique felt embarrassed, you know, that the whole world had to see that her mama-in-law don't really like her like that. So anyway, when Ashley and Michael get there, you know, Chris gives them a hug, and then he says, have y'all met my mama? And mama come over there, and Michael tries to hug her. She's just like, oh no, I don't let nobody touch me. Ashley says, oh, okay, you don't let anybody touch you. She says, no, I don't really like how that smell. I said, well, oh, white man. Michael said, well, maybe it's my cologne. And she was just like, no, I don't really drink. I don't drink. She says, oh, Ashley says, oh, you don't like his beer? You don't like to drink beer? Oh, no, I don't drink. The only drink I drink is Jesus. Ashley was so tickled. Chris's mom was just like, I said, let me get some Holy Ghost music up in here. We can have a Holy Ghost good time. Now I don't really know what that had to do with the conversation that we was just having, but yeah, Chris's mom, she's definitely back. Also, Uncle Jessup and Karen gets there. Ashley is actually cordial to them, and Karen is cordial back. Uncle Jessup kind of kept a real low profile at this party. I've had my ups and downs with Ashley, but in this case, everybody has lost. I lost my parents. You know, Ashley has had a miscarriage. Monique lost her baby. You know, we've been through a lot. But in this moment, to celebrate another baby, you know, it brings everything into perspective. Life does go on. And that is the truth, you guys. I remember at my mom's funeral, we were on our way to the cemetery, and I felt like my whole world had crashed down. And, you know, we were driving down the streets, and kids was playing outside, and folks was going to work, and people was going to the store. And, you know, so it definitely doesn't stop anything. It's just something within you that you have got to be able to move past. Anyway, Candace and Chris gets there. They're late. Did you guys realize that Monique has some sort of issue with Candace? And it doesn't make sense only because they were pretty much recording from, straight from last season. So I don't really know what then happened in the dynamics, but Monique definitely has an issue with Candace. Like I said, the party is heavy. Michael is telling Ashley that that he wants to do something for the baby that they lost as well. She was carrying a little boy, and she had the miscarriage. So he's upset about that, and then we see Karen, and she's sitting over there with Uncle Jessup, and she tells Monique that she wishes her parents were there. I was just like, wow, this party is super heavy. So I think Monique was realizing that it was about to feel like that. So she gets up there on the microphone and she tells everybody that this party was all about a celebration of this new baby, that, it can definitely happen for people that have lost, who've had their own experiences. Would anybody like to say anything? Ashley takes the microphone and she says she had a hard time, with her miscarriage because she, you go through all of these feelings, and part of it was guilt that her body was turning on her, and I'm sure you go through a lot. She's saying now, that she's been to this party and have been able to talk to Monique, and I guess having support from other people, she realizes that it's not impossible, and that, they can try again, and she's hopeful that it will happen. Well, we know that it did happen for her. She's very, very pregnant, about to have that baby very soon. And then she thanks Monique for having this party. I think this situation has changed Ashley. I mean, she had a miscarriage. It can't help but change you. So my heart does go out to the Darbys for that one. Everybody is going through so much, you ain't really got time to be holding grudges. And that's kind of the sense that I'm getting in this group here. Later on at the party, Karen and Ashley sit down, and Ashley wants to see if, they could possibly move past what just happened at the reunion and try again at this friendship. And Karen says, I'm open. And you know what? I'm open is going to have to be good enough for Ashley for right now, okay? Because she wouldn't even have got a I'm open from me. You definitely got Karen at the right moment. Now let's jump over to Giselle. We see her mom coming to visit. We've seen her mom a few times. Giselle always talks about how she's got her shadiness from her mother. Okay, I believe that 100%. She did mention that her mom was nothing like Candace's mother, that it all comes from love. And I was just like, what, why are you talking about Candace's mom? What they had to do with anything? But anyway, Giselle mama asked her how was the trip to New Orleans, and Giselle gets to telling her, what they did, the girls coming, them going to the museum and going to the plantation home, and their father was there. The mom was like, that's it, I don't want to hear no more. I was like, oh. Come to find out, the mom and the daddy had been married for 35 years. And then the mom was like, sometimes you just wake up and you don't want to see him no more. You don't want to talk to him no more. I was like, oh, is that how it works? Shit. And even Giselle says her mom is pretty emotionless about certain things. And maybe that's how Giselle picked up that trait from her mom. I said, yes, you probably did pick that up from your mother. Because the mama was just like, nothing on your damn daddy. And Giselle says that her mom is always giving her space to just be upset about something for a few seconds, okay, a few minutes, you dote on it, and then you move the fuck on, okay, which I'm sort of like that as well. It's like, oh my God, do I have some Giselle traits? But anyway, we move on from that. Giselle says that she is going to get a new home. It seems like every fucking season she's moving into a new home. Has she bought anything yet, you guys? The mom was like, oh, really? She says, yeah, she wants to get a fixer-upper. And the mom was like, no, that is not your thing, okay? Because you want everything, quick, fast, in a hurry. You want to be able to just step up into it. And fixer-uppers are not just step up into it. And she was just like, oh, I should be able to do it because Robin's been able to do it. I said, girl, no, she hasn't. They jumped the camera over to Robin. She over there at that damn money pit talking about how her 4-month project is now at 10 months. So basically a year that her mom and her have been paying the house note on this house, not getting any kind of rent, not getting any kind of flip over money. They just paying the money out. Now they just paid a little bit for the house. Okay. So it hasn't, evidently it hasn't broken them, but 10 fucking months. I just really feel like, do y'all know what y'all doing? Shit. But we see the house. It is looking better. She meets her real estate guy over there, and he tells her, yeah, about another month. So like I said, a year. Robin tells us that, you know, the success of this house is going to weigh very heavily on her relationship. She wants Juan to see that she can do it. I said, girl, every damn season is something about what you gotta do to make Juan love you. You shouldn't have to be selling fucking houses to get your man to love you. I'm just like, Robin. She is just going to keep on trying to get that damn Juan. And she looks good. A side note. Okay, I've been noticing Robin has lost weight. She's been wearing nice clothes. Yeah, Robin looks great. Okay, but I just, that whole thing with Juan, girl, you is wasting your time. But let me just moving on from that. Now, Monique and Chris are sitting down with Chris's mother. He's like, Mama, did you have a good time? And Mama says she had a good time at the party. And Monique comes over there and she says, yeah, she did have a great time. And that she really did appreciate the fact that the mom said something. I guess because, you know, as far as Monique sees it, she did it publicly and, you know, humiliated her publicly. So now she had to apologize publicly. But I'm thinking to myself, really, the mama ain't had to do nothing, okay? And at this point, I know Monique is upset about it, but why do you keep on just pressing it even further? Now, the woman then says sorry. Let's just leave it at that, okay? But Monique sit down there and she says, you know, you can say some slick things. And Mom was like, wait a minute, slick. I don't say that word. Mama said, what slick mean? Okay, is that a curse word? Okay, Lord Jesus up above ain't gonna have her saying no curse words up here. Don't use that word. And then Monique was like, you know you be slick. You do have some slick things to say. And the mama was like, first of all, you should know me. And Monique was like, no, I shouldn't have to deal with the fact that just because that's the way that you are, you can just sit up here and say rude shit to me. Okay, so they was about to start arguing. And then Chris was like, wait a minute. We don't really have time to be going back and forth, talking to his mama and Monique. We got to work together. We got to be a family. We about to have another baby here. He would like for his grandmother, you know, the baby's grandmother, to be involved in their lives. And so let's stop this. And the mom was like, you right, because we have wasted too much time on this. Okay, sometimes we get led astray, but God brings us back. Led astray. Mom says some of the funniest things that has no connection to nothing that we talking about at this time. But she says, let's just go forward. Okay, and I guess they all agree that the past is the past. And Monique, Mama, they're going to work it out. Now, Ashley and Michael go to an acupuncturist. And when they sit down, you know, the acupuncturist, I guess, is going to, you know, help her with the possibility of getting pregnant. All right, now, first things first, he wants to do a sperm count, you know, on old Michael. And Ashley says, yeah, I don't think that Michael is the problem. When the acupuncturist was like, oh, no? All right, Lord, how old are you? And Michael says 59. I said, Michael is 59 years old. I swear I thought he was older than that. And that is no shade. I'm not trying to be funny or smart or nothing. He's 59? He looks like he is 70 something. Ashley feels bad because back when she was 19, she said that she was going to have an abortion. Then she didn't have to have the abortion because she ended up having a miscarriage. But she feels guilty because she was thinking about having an abortion. I was just like, are you sure you didn't have the abortion and you feel bad? And now you're worrying that the abortion might be affecting the fact that you can't hold a baby now? Because if you had a miscarriage, that wasn't your fault, you know. So I was listening to this and I was just like, okay, she sounds like she might be talking in circles and maybe she don't want to be telling all her business on the show like that, and that's fine. But I was just listening to that and I was like, okay. So Michael and his worms, for now, we not checking. We just gonna put the needles in Ashley. You know, Michael, again, he's getting emotional. He's ready to go through all of this with Ashley. And what a flip around for Michael. Last season, it was all about, you know, he was very adamant, stern, that he did not want to have any more kids, and now he is 100% for it. It's just interesting how the shift happened so quickly. Does this have anything to do with the fact that he might have got, ahead of himself trying to suck on somebody's pee-pee at the party? Okay, so yeah, I was just like, okay, this is interesting. But I mean, maybe he's had a change of heart, but it still makes me just kind of wonder. Now, Giselle, she goes to Chris's restaurant. She says that she likes Candace. Okay, Candace is a little rough around the edges and everything, but she can deal with Candace. And you know what, damn it, she's gonna go to lunch with Candace over at Chris's restaurant. She's never been to his restaurant, I should say. They did taste his restaurant food. So she goes over to the barbecue. He entertains her for a minute, and then finally Candace makes it there. Giselle's telling her how much she loves the food, and Candace says, oh, that's great, because, we're gonna have a cookbook, and we're gonna have a party for all the girls to come and taste all the recipes. Fine. So Giselle says, well, I didn't get to make it to the rainbow party. How was it? And Candace was just like, oh, well, she had to get her microphone, which is really funny that she thinks that Ashley... First of all, let me just say this. I am so fucking mad at you, Candace, for even making me have to defend somebody like fucking Ashley, who is a pain in our puss already, but you sitting up here with Giselle, and it's a bad look, okay? Even if you believe that Ashley might be using this miscarriage thing to gain sympathy, it never looks well on camera for you to sit up there and make fun of this girl who was opening up and talking to this people, at this party. She was all just like, no tears were coming. I don't even think Ashley was trying to cry. She was just talking. But, Candace was just like, she was just way overly dramatic and all of that. And I was just like, girl, this is not the way you want to be. Even Giselle is wondering why you so worried about Ashley. Because at this point, you said how you felt about it. You and Ashley have had words about it. Why do you continue? And you guys are going to agree with me one day that she's so fucking worried about Ashley and her having a baby, and she makes more and more of that every fucking week. And I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal. This is what they got to do with you. She's way too concerned. And if y'all wasn't so busy hating Ashley, then you would understand what I'm saying. Then we move on from that, okay? Candace tells Giselle that Monique talks about Katie. And I was just like, okay, here we go again. Giselle was like, why? What did she say? And she said, well, she said that she was like Amistad. Now, see, this is a perfect example when you take something out of context. When Monique and Candace was talking about Katie, Monique was saying that Katie, the way that she was presented to her, probably the way that she's seen her on the show, that she was like, prim and proper, and involved, a socialite and all of that. And then when she met her, honey, she was not like that. She was free-spirited. She was out there like free, like Amistad free. Not like she's a slave free. Meaning like the comparison of the freedom of just being out there and being open. And I was just like, Candace, why are you telling Giselle that? And Giselle was like, why? She called her a slave because she had a hair wrap on? I was like, no, she didn't call her a slave. And this is Candace sitting up here fucking saying something that wasn't said like that. I don't really know what angle this is that Candace is trying to have. Now, I told you guys she's trying to get herself firmly in the show, bringing the drama, and, but I don't know if this is the way to do it. What y'all think? Alright, so Ashley and Karen, remember I said that they're going to work on their friendship? Alright, well, they're going to a healing session. Yoga, meditation, spirituality, chakras, whatnots. Ashley gets there first, and when Karen gets there, Ashley's so happy to see her. Karen's like, thank you for inviting me. So, we are starting off this new friendship, seeing what we can do. First activity, before we even get out the lobby. The woman that comes out that's going to be helping them with their session, she tells them that when they hug each other, that they need to exhale. you know, when they hold on to each other. And then she gives the example with Ashley. And then she does it with Karen. You know, that ain't really my thing, right? So I would have just been like, oh, okay. Exhale on the hug. Anyway, they go into this room. It's Himalayan salt there. The lady said that, you know, they're there, that it helps them exhale like bad energy and bad things in their body. And, you know, so she sits down with Karen, and she's talking about her chakras. And she tells Karen that, you know, when she's right around up and through here somewhere, she realizes that Karen is holding on to a lot, but she can't be strong forever. But yes, it's real tight up in this diaphragm area. She said you can't be strong forever, and Karen was just like, but that is who I am though. And Ashley was like, no, just go with it. It's gonna be okay. Just go with it, Karen. Open up. Let yourself be open. But Karen is just like, this some bullshit. Okay, and then the lady hits her with, yeah, I not only do I do this, but I'm also a medium. She says that her father is in the room. I can feel him in the room. And he says that, you know, he just wants you to know you got this, baby girl. Okay, and you can do this. And child, Karen just broke down and started crying. And then I started like feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. Okay, because I really do feel like Karen is having a really hard time with this. I don't think that it's fake at all. But she says, your dad is saying that you got this. And Karen's like, I know I do. But she was just like, I miss you, Dad. It would be interesting to be able to actually sit and talk to somebody, you know, that you really, really miss. So I was touched. And, you know, she was crying, and she misses her dad, you know. So she's telling the medium that she just feels like her foundation is gone, her platform, you know, because the dad was trying to tell her through the medium that, you know, she needs to use what she has to really just grow and do this. And the mom and Karen was just like, I can't, because they were my platform and they're just not here anymore. So the lady tells her, well, this is what I was telling you about, like all that was going on in your diaphragm. The pain inside of you is what is keeping you from moving forward. I'm sorry, you guys, I cannot get it together. But Karen says that she felt like the session was not quite as full of bullshit as she thought it was going to be, you know, and that she felt actually that there was some healing that went on in the room. Ashley tells her, when the woman walks out the room, Ashley tells her how she feels overwhelmed and she has self-doubt and she's just not really sure, you know, how this is going to be, because, I mean, Michael is 59. Still can't get over that. And with her being, 29 years old or somewhere around there, she's not sure if Michael will even be around to help her raise this child. And Karen was just like, is that what you're going through? Listen, Ashley, that baby will keep Michael young. Because look at her. She had her daughter, what's her daughter's name? Raven. And Uncle Jessup is around her father's age. And he's been around. The daughter made it all the way to college. And Uncle Jessup is still there. So, you know, you can't, don't feel like that. But I was just like, oh, okay. Well, again, who would have ever thought that Karen and Ashley would make it to this point? All right. Find some common ground in their older husbands. Look at God. Won't he do it? Alright, you guys, so let me move on to claws. I'm emotional today. Just one of them days, you guys. Anyway, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.